Hi guys, welcome back to episode 2 of Project Joy. I have a very special guest with me today. This is Sam, my little brother.
Hi.
I wanted Sam to join us because I think that he has a lot to say about the topic that I wanted to cover today, which is conquering fears when you're learning something new. Because I think that no matter what you're trying to learn, whether it's you're trying to make a lifestyle change, or you're trying to learn a new habit, or you're trying to adopt a new hobby, or whatever it is, it can be really, really scary to learn something new. And Sam knows a lot about that. So, Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, First off, I'm Sam Bowlin, and I do BMX racing for. I've been doing that for about 6 years now. I'm a freshman in high school, and I am 14 years old.
And then what about when you're not racing? What are some of the other things you do?
I like to draw. I like to be active. Um, I like to go out on my skateboard and ride around in our little, I guess you could say, cul-de-sac.
So I've seen Sammy wipe out a lot. I've seen him crash a lot.
Got that right.
And almost every time we go to the skate park, he's trying to learn some new trick. And so there's usually a lot of crashing involved with that. So Sam, when you're trying to learn a new trick, like how do you get yourself ready to try the new trick the first time?
Well, trying the new trick is definitely hard, but my motivation is other people when I'm at the skate park, because they want me to try new stuff, and I want to be adventurous and try it and persevere through it, even if I don't complete it the first time.
So other people, like you're inspired by other people, or you want to inspire other people? What do you mean by that?
I kind of want to do both because I know that people do look up to me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's definitely hard the first couple times that I do the trick, but I eventually do the trick and I try to inspire other people to do the trick.
Okay. And then what happens like when you try a trick and you just wipe out really hard and when you're trying to nail it? Like what do you tell yourself when you have to get back on your scooter or back on the bike?
I just tell myself that I need to try harder and I may need to tweak something about my moves or my tricks a little bit, but that's about it. I just need to get back up and not quit.
Not quit. Okay, I like that. Has there ever been a time when you like maybe got hurt or something happened and you were afraid to try the trick again?
I have been in that kind of situation, but once I get over that fear, like of getting hurt, it doesn't stop me from trying that trick again.
And how, like, what is your thought process though to like get over that fear? Because like, if your body's kind of like, oh my god, I don't want to do this. How do you like get your mind back into like, no, it's fine, I can do this.
I know that what it doesn't really make me upset, but what makes when I get upset, it makes me want to try harder.
Okay, so you kind of use the fear and use the stress of that to like fuel you to try again. Okay, I like it. I like it. What would you say, like, if you had a friend who was trying a new trick and maybe they got really down on themselves and said, like, oh, like, I suck at skateboarding, like, I can't do this, and they want to give up, what would you tell them?
I would say if you really like skateboarding or if you really like BMX, you and I've been in this situation many times. Don't give up what you want to do in your life. I've been through this situation lots of times in my life, and I have a very good attitude about it.
About not giving up.
Yeah, about not giving up.
I like it.
So
I think those are all good points. So it sounds like basically what helps you get through fear is thinking about the bigger picture, thinking about what inspires you or who inspires you, and then kind of using that motivation as fuel to try something again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like the idea of thinking about, like, what do you want in your life? Like, if you maybe are failing at one instance of something, that doesn't mean that you have to give up on the whole thing. So you could apply that anywhere, whether it's skateboarding, or maybe you're trying to, like, meditate for the first time and you can't make it through the first 5 minutes without feeling really distracted and really, like, you just are bad at meditation. And I think that everybody feels that way when they first try anything new. It's like you always feel like you're really bad at it when you first start. So you have to kind of think about that bigger picture of, like, have you already decided that that's something that you want in your life and something that you want to do? Because if it is, then you have to persevere through those first, like, beginning phases where it's scary and difficult. So I think those are all really good points. Mm-hmm. I think another question I would have is, like, what are some of the things that you tell yourself or, like, think about right before you go into a big race? Like, how do you you seem so, like, cool and calm about all this. How do you keep that cool calmness?
How I keep it is, I'm thinking of first to the corner, and if it's my BMX,
Mm-hmm.
I think of, family and like just keeping my game face on and just breathing before you get into that gate and take a deep breath. And then I tell myself up in the gate that just first to the corner and finish strong.
Gotcha. So first to the corner is, for those of you who maybe don't ride BMXs, there's usually corners around the course. So it sounds like you're breaking it up into pieces. So you just try to think about, like, not being first in the whole race, but you just think about that smaller goal of just being first to the corner first, and then you take it from there.
Yes.
I think that's a great way to approach anything, whether you're trying something new or whether you're trying something like that's kind of like stressful, like a big race, is just breaking it up into that small goal. That's an awesome idea. And then you said you kind of go back to the whole, like, inspiration part of it, like thinking about your family and stuff like that. And then deep breaths, that's so important. It's crazy how often we forget to breathe when we're learning how to do something new. And that's one of the most important things to do, because your brain really needs extra oxygen when you're trying to create those new pathways and learn something new. So that's a good reminder.
And I also use stress as a motivation too, because what stresses me out my stress wants to motivate me in such a way to be better at what I do.
I gotcha. That's a good point too. Like, stress doesn't always have to be a bad thing. Sometimes it can be something that motivates you to do something good. Sweet. Well, thanks, Sam, for joining us today to talk about fear and talk about how you think through learning new things. Appreciate it.
Yep, you're welcome.
Thank you guys for tuning in to this short episode of episode 2 for Project Joy. I will see you next week.